Hey, welcome back to another episode of Oddity Critics. This is Philip the Punisher Collins, and thank you for tuning in to this another episode. And we'll be reviewing, or I will be reviewing, but we can review it together, especially if you've seen this movie, the new Sonic the Hedgehog movie. And my opening remarks is I'm not saying I wasn't expecting much from it, but a video game based movie, the problems that I had at the beginning. So I went in there with little expectations. That being said, entertainment. I honestly found it pretty entertaining. It's only about an hour and 35 minutes, so it's not super long, so it's not really dragging. And they kept the pace up, they kept it interesting, especially once Jim Carrey got involved. Jim Carrey, I gotta say, I'm not saying that he stole the movie, but he really was good in his part. Not the person I would have chose, but I feel like they didn't do too bad. And by the end of it, he looked more like the part. James Madison, he was pretty good. I can't remember the name of the guy who did the voice of Sonic, but with them redoing the look of Sonic, it really helped. I feel like it probably wouldn't have been as entertaining if they left the look of Sonic the way it was, because it would have took off for the movie. But for entertainment, I'm going to give it a 4. I personally enjoyed what they put out there. Now for longevity, I can't say it's gonna break the video game curse. I don't even know if it was that good. But with what they did and the material, it wasn't too bad. I feel like if you're a fan of the Sonic games, not the recent ones, obviously, but such the old school, I think you might enjoy it. But it's not going to be the same way as you're gonna remember Sonic pretty much. You know what I don't know if you know what I mean, but that's what I mean. I feel it could have longevity if people get past it being a video game movie. So I will give it a straight 3, because I personally don't know. I gotta see the numbers after this video and see where it's at. That would tell you probably more than me just saying it's gonna be longevity. Now, does it fit the genre? It did have some video game-ness to it, but it definitely was a comedy, a family film. Like, you can take your kid to it, and I feel like that they surpassed that. So I'll give it a 3.75. As you can tell, it's all above 3, which some movies I've done recently haven't been that high. I don't have a song per se, but if I tell you to listen to a song, I would choose the new Hollywood Undead song called Nightmare. Pretty good off the new album. Probably my favorite one off the new album. Now, some spoilers. I ain't gonna be on this movie for too long, because I feel like it is a movie that you need to go see to enjoy it. So right away, I'm gonna say it's a watch movie. Now, maybe I wasn't paying attention at the beginning, but supposedly Knuckles shows up at the beginning of the movie, but I didn't see him. But then I also, first time seeing the movie, maybe I need to see it. Obviously, I need to see it a second time to really get a grasp and see, because it said it was at the very beginning. But I will tell you, if you don't want to hear this, because it happens at the end of the movie, don't listen right now. Cover your ears for 15 seconds. Okay, now we're going to talk about it. Tails shows up at the end of the movie. And it had me wondering like how the Tails. I don't know what they're gonna do with the sequel, but when he showed up, no joke, there was this guy in the movie theater who was like, yes, and he got like, I'm like, dude, before you get too excited, we gotta make sure this movie makes enough money to even make a sequel for you to get excited. Like, yeah, they can have set up for the sequel, but if it's not made, then this part doesn't matter. It's just showing a character. Anyways, so it shows Sonic as a baby ish. He more like a kid, about I would say about like 4 years old mentality. And he's on this island with this owl that's like his mother, and he gets caught because he won't listen, and that's like a running theme in the movie, like Sonic not listening. Anyways, he gets sent to Earth, and he comes attached to this guy who he calls the Donut Lord. So I don't know if it's me, but I'm like, how does he understand English? I don't know, this is just like a little small thing that I was thinking about during the movie. And how does he know what donuts are? I don't know, it's just like small things that, not that it makes a big deal, but you start thinking about them like, oh, I don't know how that makes sense. But it is this kind of movie, so we're stuck with it. Anyways, he gets, like, I can understand why Sonic was depressed, because he's by himself. He doesn't have anybody, and he starts playing baseball, and for some reason he gets pissed off because he can't get a high five, and he senses electric a surge, and it cuts off his whole power. So they know that something's going on. They think it's terrorists. Yada yada yada. Well, they end up getting Jim Carrey to come and figure out what it is, and it figures out that it's this other kind of species, and it's super powerful, blah, 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 blah. Which leads to Sonic hiding, and he hides in James Madison's house. And James Madison thinks it's a raccoon, because it showed a raccoon getting a trash can earlier in the movie. And he goes in there, and he's obviously freaked out, and I wouldn't say accidentally, I mean, it was accident, but in a way it wasn't. But he shot Sonic in the leg with a trank, and Sonic passed out, and so he had to help him, or he felt bad, because that was his whole motivation, that he wanted to help somebody who was in life and death situation. So it gave him his motive to go and help him, even though it puts his name in jeopardy and all this shit. But honestly, I do like the character development between them. Now, only kind of problem that I have with Sonic, and maybe it's all what you can only do with fast people, is it stole from Quicksilver in the X-Men movie when he was going around and moving shit and all that, and they took that and put it in this movie. Not that it was bad or anything like that, but I was like, I felt like I've seen this before. Now it's just with the blue character. Anyways, from there, he finds out about James Madison wants to go to San Diego, be a new cop. He's talking about him being a quitter and all this other shit. Now, the funny part to me was when he got mad and Thunder rolled over Jim Carrey's car, and he goes, "Is that the best you can do?" And he goes, "No, but thanks for asking." And he sends another car, and they destroy that. And then another car comes out of that car, and then all of a sudden, this little teeny bit looks like I can't remember the thing right now from Harry Potter, but the little thing with the wings, and they played it with Quidditch. I'm killing myself. I can't think about it right now. Anyways, they finally destroy it, and when he gets to his sister-in-law, let me tell you, that's where it really does get funny, because his sister-in-law thinks that he's like this piece of shit person. And my thing is, it never really justified why she thought about this. Maybe she wanted him at one time and went after the other one. I don't know. But anyways, long story short, I'm gonna end it kind of right here. But definitely go see this movie. It's definitely worth watching. Jim Carrey does a great job. I feel like pretty much everybody did a good job. I can't think of anyone that right now that didn't do a good job in it. But anyways, before I go, I'm gonna be doing a comedy thing. Because okay, before I say this, I love doing reviews. It makes me feel happy. But I did this because I had a lot weight on my chest, and I realized I'm not getting any of that off my chest. So I was like, I'm gonna start telling comedy stuff. From fucked up stories that happened to me, or people I've seen, or some shit that they've done. I'm gonna start, just telling stories, but in a comedic way. And pretty much right after this one, I'm gonna have another video that you should check out. And let me tell you, I promise, the story that I tell in my first comedy video, won't disappoint. It'll make you look at something different. But anyways, I'm gonna start doing that, and hopefully you guys enjoy them. Anyways, don't forget to like, share, subscribe. I appreciate it. And I'll see you on the other side. And you know what I always say, stay classy.